So today we are going to discuss network layout. So in all the previous classes, whatever you have studied, all that was only to prepare you for designing a network layout, a basic network layout. Okay. Now in reality, in real time, network design is something which is very complicated, right? It's not a very easy task. So in reality, network design is a complicated procedure, and normally it is like there is a there are firms which provide networking services. There are hardware and networking engineers who have an in-depth knowledge about the various devices, how to connect them, and they know things at the physical level, that is at the lowest level of hierarchy. Okay, so here you have to just imagine that you are one of the network design consultants, and people are going to approach you with their network design problems, and you have to solve those problems. That is, we will be solving some network case study questions in this session today. Okay, so you can see we will start with planning out a sample network. So a good network layout provides the following features. So you can see what are the features. Communication speed, of course, we need a very high speed communication medium so that there is no lagging anywhere on any of the systems. All the people, all the users, all the clients are able to communicate easily with each other. File sharing, they are able to share files with each other. Backup and rollback is easy. Backup means if you are doing an important work, if it's a real-time business application where you need to save your data, so it is easy to take backup, save it on the cloud. Okay, and whenever there is any kind of an issue, the data can be easily retrieved from the backup. Rollback, anything goes wrong, you can roll back to the previous proper state. Okay, previous valid state. Software and hardware sharing, security, scalability, reliability. So these all are the features provided by a proper network, a good network layout. How to decide network layout? Now, how will you decide the layout of network? Firstly, you have to think about less installation and maintenance cost. Your installation and maintenance cost should be minimum, because all the companies, as you already know, as you are a commerce student, you should be knowing that the ultimate motive or objective of every firm, organization, company is to attain profit. Okay, so less maintenance cost and installation costs should be less. So what people want is more work in less money, right? Easy installation and maintenance, it is only possible when it is properly designed. Design with shortest cable length, jitna cable kam lage. Okay, so you have to think about that. Fulfill our network requirements. So we need to fulfill our network requirements for this. How to decide repeater location? This is very important, as we already know what a repeater is. A repeater is a device which regenerates the signals, which regenerates the signals. Right, so we already know that when a data is traveling through a medium, because of the internal resistance of the medium, signal is lost, because data travels in the form of electromagnetic waves, and because of the internal resistance of the medium, so some signal is lost due to attenuation. Hence, when a particular signal reaches the end of the segment of a cable, that is a length, a certain length of a cable, then what happens is it just give me a moment, Anshika. I'll just put my mobile on silent, because constantly I'm getting a beep message over there. Just give me a moment, okay? Okay, so I'm back. Sorry for the disturbance, as I was constantly getting messages on WhatsApp, so I just set my phone on silent. So because of this, when a signal reaches at the end of a length of certain length of a cable, we need to install a device known as repeater. And I already have discussed about what are the maximum lengths or maximum lengths of various transmission media, after which you have to install a repeater to regenerate the signal, right? Regenerate the corrupted signal. So we have to decide the repeater location. So these are some of the points which are very important. So I want you people to take down these points right now, because in all the case study questions which we will be doing, you will be needing these points. So first thing, very first point is, we need a repeater when total length of a single span of twisted pair cable exceeds 100 meters. Please write this down quickly in your copies. So twisted pair maximum length of one cable segment is 100 meters. That is, you can install any number of devices or certain number of devices or computers to 100 meters of cable without installing any repeater in between. After 100 meters, post 100 meters, if you want to extend the cable length or the length of the segment, then you have to install a repeater, and then you can extend you can again uh, install another length of cable and attach a few more computers to that. Okay, so the maximum length allowable single span of twisted pair segment is 100 meters. Second is, for a coaxial cable, the same is 500 meters. That is, the segment length for coaxial cable is 500 meters. That is, if the length distance between two buildings is not more than 500 meters, but it is more than 100 meters, then instead of going, you can install a repeater in that case and do your work with twisted pair cables. Or if you are able to spend money, that is, if the firm is ready to spend more money, then they can go for a coaxial cable as well. Maximum distance of fiber optic link can be 80 to 100 kilometers, but it depends on varying factors like bit rate, quality of splices. Splices means normally this fiber optic cable is is not a flexible cable. Okay, so you cannot bend it, twist it near the bends. So that is why you have to splice into the cable. That is, a cable will length of cable will run from the device to the fiber optic cable, and you have to splice it in between. That is, puncture the cable in between, which is also a very difficult task. So you need special terminators and connectors for doing that, a T-splice connector or something, and then you have to attach a device. Okay, so it depends upon that. Means if you are a number of splices which you are installing into it, it can reduce this length. Then bit rate, then total attenuation, that is loss of signal, is there in case of fiber optic cables also, although the data travels in the form of what, light over there, but still some attenuation is there. There is a video which I will show you sometime, where a person has directly used water or a liquid to show how data travels through fiber optic cable. So it's almost similar to that. The liquid which he used, the chemical which he used, its density is almost similar to that of the core and the cladding which is used in your core, which is used in your fiber optic cables. So some attenuation of signals is there. That's what I said. Like I said before, that attenuation cannot be eliminated totally. It will be there. It can be negligible, it can be little, it can be higher. Okay, but it cannot be zero. So you just have to remember that maximum length of fiber optic cable is, one segment of fiber optic cable can be 80 to 100 kilometers, right? It also depends on the power of the transmitter and receiver quality. So I hope you have written these 3 points, because we will be needing these 3 points in the subsequent questions. Next, other devices which can be installed. Satellite link is required when network blocks or wings are too far from each other or where installation of cable is hard. That is inaccessible regions, like it could be a mountainous region or a very hilly region where it is kind of inaccessible. Not many people commute from one place to another. There are, too many trees, or there are hills, or there are many obstacles in the path. So what can be used? Satellite link can be used in those places. For data security, firewall can be installed in the network. For economic internet connection, dial-up internet, although this is what an obsolete dial-up is an obsolete connection. Okay, so when you see a case study where the company wants low cost, company doesn't worry about the speed, but company is adamant on low cost, then you have to suggest dial-up connection. But if company says that I want something which is something in between, not too expensive and not very slow, there you can just provide them ADSL connection, broadband, internet broadband connection, which is like it will use the plain copper cable, the existing copper cable networks, and it will also provide a considerably high speed internet connection. Okay, that too without any connection losses in between. And most places these days also fixed line broadband is the most preferred medium, whether it is corporate, that is business, or personal home connections, right? So see, case study based questions are something which you can do on your own. You have to yourself think and suggest the best possible option, alternative, right? For faster internet, broadband internet connection would be preferred. So these are few more points which you can just mark in your textbook or in your notebook using such bullet points or key points, like satellite link for inaccessible regions where cable installation is hard, firewall for data security, dial-up internet connection for economic internet connection, for faster internet, broadband internet. So these are some guide points which you can keep in mind while solving the case studies. How to decide hub or switch location. This is also very important. Now, normally hub and switch, these are devices which are installed where there are a number of computers, okay, where we have a number of computers together. So we need to connect all those computers, and for that we will be requiring a hub or a switch. Hub is an obsolete device, so most people will always opt for switch because it is kind of economical also, and you can connect many devices, some 20 to 25 devices at a stretch with a switch. So the answer is always switch when we can afford it. A hub is always half duplex, as I had explained to you, and simply acts as a repeater. So half duplex, I had already explained, there are three types of connections, three types of data transmissions. One is singlex, where there is only one way transmission of data. The source sends the data, receiver receives the data. That's it. Half duplex, both source and destination can send data, but it is like one at a time. When the sender is sending the data, the destination, that is the receiver, will keep quiet and just listen to the data. Okay, it will receive the data, this connection will be stopped, then only the destination or the receiver will send back its data. So this is half duplex, and when both sides simultaneously communicate with each other, that is full duplex. The resulting packet collisions, even with only two devices, will make it slower than simply using a cable. Whereas a switch intelligently, it doesn't broadcast data. Rather, it establishes a temporary connection between the source and the destination, and it ensures proper transmission of the data packets to the destination, right? Using the MAC address. Switch is full duplex. As I had explained, switch provides a hop-to-hop delivery of data packets. Switch is full duplex, resulting in full speed between any devices on the network at the same time. In general sense, hub or switch, any device can be installed when there are more than one computer in a wing or block. So they will always ask you a question in this way. Hub or switch can be installed where? So you have to write it in this way, that is hub oblique switch, and you can also write your preference that the first preference is of course switch because it is an intelligent device, but if the company is not able to afford, they can go for a hub, right? Now we'll start with setting up a layout. Now question. First question. Bias Methodologies is planning to expand their network in India, starting with 3 cities in India to build infrastructure for research and development of their chemical products. So this is a case study question. Bias Methodology is a fictional company, an MNC company, which is planning to start its network in India, and they are basically involved with research and development of chemicals. The company has planned to set up their main office in Pondicherry at 3 different locations and have named their offices as back office, research lab, and development unit. Okay. The company had one more research office, namely corporate office in Mumbai. So the corporate office is in Mumbai, and the rest of the 3 offices are where the main office buildings are located in Pondicherry. A rough layout of the same is as follows. So you can just see a rough layout. This is the rough layout. Right. So what we have to do is we have to design will be asked a few questions and we have to provide the best possible answer there. So the first, now what is given? Approximate distance between these offices is as follows. Research lab and back office, the distance is 110 meters. 110 meters. Research lab development unit 16 kilometers. Research lab to corporate unit 1800 kilometers. Because of course this corporate unit is situated in Mumbai and research lab is in Pondicherry. Back office to development unit is 13 kilometers. In continuation of the above, the company experts have planned to install the following number of computers in each of their offices. 158 computers are there in research lab, back office 79 computers, 90 computers, 51 computers. First question. Suggest the kind of network out of LAN, MAN, WAN for connecting each of the following office units. First is research lab and back office. Research lab and back office. What will be the answer? So what I'm going to do is firstly we'll go back to research lab to back office. You can see it is what 110 meters is there, right? So what should be feasible here? LAN, MAN or WAN? Can anybody answer? WAN, of course, it will be LAN, of course, okay, not even MAN, because the distance is 110 meters, right? So with using one repeater, we can easily do it. Like for the first 100 meters, I can install a twisted pair cable, then a repeater, then the rest of the 10 meters, I can just install another segment and connect these two. So this will come under LAN. Very good. Lab and development unit. Let's see research lab and development unit. So this is research lab and development unit, which is 16 kilometers, which is quite a distance, right? So if I just think about 16 kilometers from my house, that is from Indrapuri C sector to the school building over here, it is some almost 5 kilometers distance. 16 kilometers मतलब इससे भी ज़्यादा होगा, but within the periphery of a city, so I can go for a MAN over there, right? That is Metropolitan Area Network. Let's see the answers. First, research, since the distance between research lab and back office is mentioned as 110 meters, hence the kind of network suitable to connect them is LAN, because LAN is local area network and can span across an office building, college campus, or any other closed area. See, you not only have to provide the answer but also back it up with reason. You have to also provide the proper reason for your answer. Right? So don't just write the answer in the exam, because in that case you will get only half marks, because this one question is of 1 mark, right? And half mark is always suited, half marks is always for the answer, and half marks is always for the reason which you are giving. Okay, so always you have to give the reason along with your answer. Next is research lab and development unit. Since the distance between research lab and back office is mentioned as 16 kilometers, hence the suitable network is MAN, because MAN is metropolitan area network. So it is within the periphery of a city, hence it can work with MAN. Second question. Which one of the following devices you suggest for connecting all the computers with each of their office units? All computers within each of the office units. Switch, hub, modem, telephone. Which one? Within each of the office. Yes, of course, the answer is switch or hub. So you will use the switch or hub to connect all the devices within the particular office unit. Very good. Next, answer is switch or hub. A switch is a telecommunication device, blah, 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 because we have already studied what is a switch, right? Question number 3. Which of the following communication media will you suggest to be procured by the company for connecting their local office in Pondicherry with for very high speed, that is effective high speed communication? Now you have already seen that all the buildings, their distances except one of the pairs, like I'm just going to go back. Now let's see. Okay, so here we have research lab and back office, that is this distance is 110 meters, and rest all the distances are what, like if I want to connect back office with development office, this is the lowest out of these three, right? So that is 13 kilometers. Still it is 13 kilometers. So now whether you use twisted pair cable, now within these two twisted pair cable can be used with one repeater, but here it is even exceeding your coaxial cable segment limit. And how many do you have to connect? Because for every 500 meters you have to install, after every 500 meters of coaxial cable you have to install a repeater. This is 13 kilometers, so many different repeaters you will have to install, and that too with coaxial cable, which is going to increase the cost. So the best option is fiber optic cable. One length of fiber optic cable without having to install any repeater. You know that for internet also, the internet which we are getting at home, the broadband internet, uh, the fiber optic cables, they run through the ocean floor, the ocean bed, sea floor. Okay, so these fiber optic cables carry data to such long distances between continents. So over here, fiber optic cable would be very good for high speed data transmission, and it would be costly, no doubt, but it would be quite cost effective, and its maintenance would also be easy, because we won't be requiring number of repeaters over here, right? So this is how you have to analyze every question. Okay, so where are we? We were here at question number 3, right? So which out of the three? Answer is optical fiber. And the reason I already told you. So the entire information is given over here, right? Why optical fiber is used. Then question, because the company wants high speed communication irrespective of cost. So you can see that the company is ready to pay any amount of money, but they want high speed. So you can easily suggest them optical fiber cable. Question number 4 and very important. Suggest a cable wiring layout for connecting the company's local office units located in Pondicherry. So also suggest an effective method or technology for connecting the company's office units located in Mumbai. So firstly, we will concentrate on the first half of the question, right? That is to connect all these three office buildings together. So first we form the layout for connecting the local offices in Pondicherry. Now we have it like this. Between research lab and back office is what? 110 meters, right? Distance between research lab and development unit is the highest, 16 kilometers. And distance between back office and development unit is 13 kilometers, right? Now there are certain rules which we need to keep in mind before creating the layout. That is number of computers in each of the buildings. So you can see research lab has the highest number of computers, 158. So this would be the most suitable location for placing the server because of the 80-20 rule. As it says that 80% of the traffic should be localized, that is, it should be confined within the office, right? So because there are many computers here, so we can place the server over here. Now because the server is placed here in the research lab, hence now we'll have to keep in mind that whichever office building which we connect to, like this is the one which has the server, right? So whichever office building we connect to, it should be connected. It would be better if research lab directly gets connected to the other buildings, right? So there would be not one layout but 2 to 3 possible layouts which you can provide as answer in your answer sheet. So let's see all those. First, research lab, 16 kilometers. This is 13 kilometers, right? Now, the layout should be able to connect the building such that minimum cable cost is incurred and maximum traffic is centered around the server. 3 points are there which you can take one at a time also. Like first point is minimum cabling cost. एक तो ये है, this is the first point, that you have to keep the cabling cost minimum. Second, 80-20 rule has to be kept in mind, that is server should be connected. Server should be connected with all buildings or all blocks, right? And third is a combination of 1 and 2. Means to some extent we are following the 80-20 rule also, and cabling cost is also not that much higher. Okay, so depending upon the situation, you can provide 3 different options: layout 1, layout 2, layout 3. So first we are going to see minimum cabling cost. Minimum cabling cost is a straightforward method. You just have to see that all buildings are connected to each other, provided the distance between the buildings is very less. So let's see. First case is connecting these two, that is development unit and research lab, because research lab is the one which has the server. So we should try to connect. Now this is based on which one? This is based on which point? The 80-20 rule, right? That is 80% of the traffic should be localized, right? So research lab is connected to development unit and back office. There is no connection with this, is just the distance given. This dark gray line, it is the one which is showing the cabling between the two. So we can just install a fiber optic cable over here and a twisted pair with one repeater over here. Okay. So this is case 1, right? So this is 16.11 kilometers total. 16 kilometers plus 110 meters, which will give me 16.11 kilometers. Second is case 2. Let's see what is case 2. 110 meters plus 13 kilometers, that is 13.11 kilometers. As we can see that these two are the shorter distances as compared to 16 kilometers, right? So still now here what is the thing which we are stressing on? We are stressing on minimum cabling cost. यहाँ पे हम क्या देख रहे हैं? Minimum cabling cost. And case 3 is the highest one, which we will not go for. That is 16 kilometer plus 29 kilometers, which is long. Here, जहाँ मेरा काम एक twisted pair cable से हो रहा था, I have to install a fiber optic cable, which is going to increase the cost. So I will not go with case 3. So case 1 is 16.11, case 2 is 13.11, case 3 is 29 kilometers. So we see that case 2 is the most cost effective one, but taking into account the 80-20 rule plus cost effectiveness, case 1 is the most suitable because it is not much greater, much higher number than 13.11. Okay, only 3 kilometers more. So we can easily go for the first case. So what you are going to do in the exam, you will provide these two network layouts, right? Let us solve some other questions. So the approved layout is, this one is the approved, please don't go with this. Now what I feel is, the actual alternatively, the best layout which you can go with is this one, 16.11 kilometers, because it connects the research lab, the one with the server, to both the offices. I hope the basic things are clear to you. Now coming to the second part of the question. Also suggest an effective method or technology for connecting companies' office units located in Mumbai. Now, how will you connect Pondicherry with Mumbai? Any suggestions by you people? There are a couple of options which we can go with, okay, because we know that corporate unit is, what is the distance between Pondicherry units and the corporate units? You can already see it, 1800 kilometers, which comes under what? Van. Right, and because it is van, you can go for a number of options. Like first, you can go for a leased line connection. I had already explained leased lines before. There are some public sector companies or some multinational private companies or private plus public sector companies like BSNL is there, Reliance is there, which provide leased line connection. That is dedicated lines between dedicated private connections to companies to connect their offices and carry out their tasks through the internet. Okay, so this line is used for traffic only generated by the company's branches, not any external traffic. External traffic is filtered out because they have their own firewalls also and their own proxy gateways also, which normally what they do is they block the outside traffic. So this line is totally dedicated. Like for example, I'll give you an example. Like there is a covered campus, like Vardhaman Green City, it's a covered campus, right? So because it's a covered campus, all its routes inside, the roads inside that, they have locked the gates on both sides, right? So that means other people cannot use the roads which are built inside that colony. Only the people who are living in the colony, they can use the roads. So it is just like that. So either the company can go for lease line connections, or they can go for a DSL broadband connection, because these broadband companies, they also provide corporate plans which are a little costlier as compared to the normal home subscriber plans, but they provide economical cost. They are economical as well as they provide unlimited broadband access, unlimited downloads and uploads, and that too at nominal cost. Okay, which will be higher as compared to home subscribers, private means subscribers like you and me, but they are very, if you look in terms of it would be economical for them. So they can go for this, or they can go for satellite links also, which is not generally preferred. Only when the area is inaccessible, it is preferred in those cases. So you can give these suggestions. So to connect the local offices, satellite link should be used. As an alternative, broadband or lease lines could also be used. So this is the answer which you can give. And you can also give the reason. Like satellite links are basically preferred in locations. You won't see companies working in real time. You won't see companies working with actual satellite links because that is needed only in areas where there is no cell phone network or there is no broadband service provider who is providing services there. So those areas satellite links is okay. And satellite broadbands are also there. There are companies who are dealing with satellite broadbands also. I had explained this to you when you people were in 10th class, right? So they can go for satellite broadband, but there too satellite broadbands are also not very they don't provide a very high speed, and there are frequent data disruptions also, as you have already seen with your digital TV, the cable TV network, okay, which are also, they are, that cable transmission is coming to you, the television broadcast is coming to you from the satellites, right? And if there is an obstruction in between the dish antenna and the satellite, you are not, if there is a signal loss. So this results into constant disruption in the signals, which has to be avoided. That's why this is not the most preferred one, right? The most preferred one is broadband or these lines. But you can provide these two answers there, right? Because there are some, I'll tell you the truth, students, some examiners will directly give you the marks if you are giving satellite links. They may not understand what are broadband and lease lines. So आप दोनों ही answers लिखेंगे, right? Okay. So let's move on to the next question. So this question, which you are seeing right now, Quick Learn University, this I have already explained in the offline lecture, which you will be getting tomorrow. So I am skipping this and I am going to discuss some other questions with you. First of all, I hope this case study was clear to everybody. Was this case study clear to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's solve some other case studies. Now we have a case study over here. My Pace University is setting up its academic blocks at Naya Raipur. I don't know where this Naya Raipur is. It's a fictional place, okay, and is planning to set up a network. The university has 3 academic blocks and 1 human resource center as shown in the diagram below. Center to center distances between various blocks or centers is as follows. So let me copy this also. So very first thing is, let us first design. जैसे ही आपको ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन मिलता है तो your first step should be first to decide where to keep the server, and second is to decide the network layout. So these two things, if you do it right in the beginning, your problem is solved 60%, right? 60, 80% problem will be solved. So we are first going to do that. So we have these 3 things over here. First of all, number of computers in each block. I'll just read this out. Number of computers in each of the blocks or centers is this. This is number of computers. So where should you think the server should be placed? Take a look and tell me.
Ma'am,
Tell
HR
me.
center.
Exactly. HR center can be the place where you can place the server. Why? Because it has the highest number of computers. This is a very straightforward question. जहां highest number of computers दिखे वहीं पे server आपको रखना है, right? Next, network layout, very important. Now here also we will be suggesting some 2 to 3 different options, right? So this is the block to block distance. Now let's figure out. Now first we are going to see the minimum cabling cost. We are going to decide upon a layout which gives us the minimum cabling cost. So you can first see 3 such things. One is 15 meters, one is 35 meters, one is 30 meters. अब देखते हैं ये क्या चीजें हैं. First is technology block to HR center. Very good. That is 15 meters, right? Second is business block to HR center, that is 35 meters. ये भी सही है. Our server is directly getting connected to two buildings. Now business block to technology block, that is this is 30 meters, जिसकी जरूरत नहीं है. If these two are already connected, do we need this? We don't need this, right? Okay. Still, I'm going to write it for the time being. Let's see how minimum cabling cost is going to come out. So this is 30 meters and the next lowest one is 40 meters law block to business block. So what I can do is I can see this is 40, this is 30, this is 15. But here business to technology, business to HR, either I can break this connection or this connection. So if I just remove this one, I will get a very cost effective minimum cabling cost layout, which is 40 plus 30 plus 15, that is equal to 85 meters. तो सबसे lowest वाला मुझे क्या मिला? 85 meters, that is minimum cost. Now I will go for the second option, right? Let us now decide upon the second option, that is 80-20 rule. अब मेरा 80-20 rule वाला follow होना चाहिए. So that's why I'm going to take that. So again I'm going to paste it over here. So we are here. Now 80-20 rule. This is the one which has the server, right? So आँख बंद करके it should be this. That is HR center 15 meter, this one business to HR 35 meters, law block to HR center, that is 105 meters, which will be 105 plus 35 plus 15. I'll just wrap up, which is equal to 15. You have 5 and this is 155 meters, which is quite large because here you will need one repeater. Right, so this is the one with 80-20 rule. And the most suitable one, what do you think? I think the most suitable one could be when I'm connecting, I'm going to paste it once again over here. This is the one with the server, okay? So I can connect these two together, that is 15 meters. I can connect business block with HR center which is 35 meters, and I can connect law block with business block with just 40 meters, which will be just 5 meters more. 90 meter का distance बनेगा. So this is my third option, which is a combination of minimum cost and 80-20 rule. So this is how you are going to provide your answers. Option 1, minimum cabling cost. Option 2, 80-20 rule is being followed strictly. And option 3, combination of 80-20 rule and minimum cabling cost. Because this 90 meter is just 5 meters more than the minimum cabling cost option. And you don't need repeaters because it is below 100 meters. So this one is at least 2 blocks are directly connected to HR center, only 1 block is indirectly connected. So this is the third network layout. So this way you are going to provide your answers, right? Some other questions quickly we will see. First question is already done. Suitable place to install the server is HR center. Suggest an ideal layout for connecting these blocks or centers for a wired connectivity. We have solved that also. Which device will you suggest to be placed or installed in each of these blocks to efficiently connect all the computers? Switch or hub? The third one will be hub or switch. You will be writing the answer like this, hub or switch. Placement of repeater in the network with justification. Repeater आप कहाँ डालोगे? In case you are going for the second option, 80-20 rule option, repeater will be placed between law block and HR center, right? Because it's the only distance which is greater than 100 meters. Fine? Between law block and HR section. 105 meters, which is greater than 100 meters. University is planning to connect its admission office in Delhi, which is more than 1250 kilometers from university. Which type of network out of LAN, MAN or WAN will be formed? Very easy, because you can see distance is very large, 1250 kilometers from Naya Raipur to Delhi. That would definitely it's going to be WAN, wide area network, and you have to give the reason also for that, because it is even exceeding the limits of a city, so it comes within WAN. So with this, we end today's class, students. I hope you have understood the case study question. One more case study